Day 8 of SUP tips by Booth Training and Starboard SUP. So it's going to follow on from days 6 and 7. I've done a whole host of different videos. So if you go back over the last 8 days, you'll see a bunch of different videos about how to improve your SUP paddling. But today we're going to talk about our legs and how we set up for, let's call it a long distance stroke, you know, for what I could sort of been good at, that 12 to 18 kilometer race distance. So if we look at our feet, I like to keep them parallel and shoulder width apart. Obviously depends on your board, but let's just go that as a general term. Then when we set up, we bend our knees a little bit. Now, I have the train of thought that I don't like my knees to go over my toes, especially as a distance paddler who paddles in all conditions. Keeping the weight back a little bit or keeping an even 50-50 between the ball of my foot and my heel allows me to have nice stability when I'm paddling. Now from here, I like to think I'm coming back sort of like in that deadlift position. So keeping the knees sort of behind the toes, shifting my weight back and getting nice control sort of through my quads when I'm paddling. And I should be able to like wiggle my toes. My toes shouldn't be clenched on the board. Now from here, I'm coming forward and then I'm really coming from here. One thing I will say is I never fully extend my legs. I'm always sort of in a controlled range. So sort of almost 90% of that extension, but not all the way. So I'm keeping even foot placement on my board, which obviously stops that tracking, stops the board dropping, that type of thing when you're paddling. The goal is to always keep the board as flat as possible. Then when we come out in front, we're going to come backwards as we come forwards. So trying to keep even weight distribution between what's in front of me and what's behind me. And then when I come down, I'm really trying to pivot down on, I should say hinge from my hips and then fall down on my stroke, okay? While still keeping my toes nice and relaxed. So that's a general idea of what you should be doing when you're paddling. Give it a go. Make sure you're trying out all these different things. Make sure you're listening to everybody and trying to find out what works for you. But let me know how you do it in the comments below.